Okay, so let's talk about something that's really changing the game in the world of marketing. There's this huge shift happening, right? Away from all that super polished, perfect advertising and towards something way more honest. It's all about brands finally pulling back the curtain so we can see what's really going on behind the scenes. To get us started, let me ask you a kind of weird question. What if the next pair of shoes you bought had a nutrition label on them? Not, the kind you find on your breakfast cereal, but something else entirely. Just imagine, you look down at your brand new sneakers, and right there, maybe on the tongue, is a number. And that number tells you exactly what it costs the planet to make them. Not in calories, no, but their actual carbon footprint. Now, this might sound like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's totally real, and it's part of a much, much bigger idea. So that idea of a carbon label on a shoe, well, that's a perfect example of a strategy that people are calling radical transparency. Let's unpack what that actually means. The part that makes this so radical is that emphasis on the good, the bad, and the ugly. This isn't your usual marketing spin, where a company only shows you its highlight reel. No, this is a real commitment to being honest, sharing everything, even the parts that aren't so great, and using actual data to tell the whole story. So you might be wondering, why on earth would a company choose to air its own dirty laundry? I mean, it sounds completely backwards, right? Well, the answer actually gets into some pretty powerful human psychology. At the end of the day, it all boils down to one single, incredibly important word: trust. Think about it. In a world that's just full of noise and advertising claims, earning genuine trust from your customers is the holy grail. And being transparent, that's the most direct way to get there. And the way you build that trust is actually a pretty simple chain reaction. So first, the brand takes this leap of faith and just shares everything, holding nothing back. Then, as a customer, when you see that kind of openness, you don't think, oh, they have flaws. You think, wow, they're confident and they're being truthful. And the natural result of that feeling? You start to trust them. You feel a real, authentic connection. Okay, so that's the theory. But what does this look like out in the real world? Let's take a look at how some really innovative brands are putting this whole idea into practice. And we can come full circle, right back to that shoe with the label. Because this isn't just some hypothetical. It's exactly what the shoe company Allbirds is doing right now. This is what they put on their products: 7.6 kilograms of CO2e, or carbon dioxide equivalent. It's so simple. It's just a clear, data-driven fact. It takes this huge, kind of fuzzy concept like environmental impact and makes it totally tangible, super easy to understand. But just slapping a number on a product isn't the only way to be transparent. The legendary outdoor brand Patagonia, they take a completely different path. They focus on storytelling through this incredible thing they call the Footprint Chronicles. The Footprint Chronicles is basically this online tool where you get to be a detective for your own gear. You can literally trace the entire journey of your jacket, all the way from the farms where the materials were grown to the factories where it was all stitched together. It's this rich, detailed story that makes all of the brand's efforts feel incredibly real. So what we have here are two brilliant but totally different paths to the exact same goal. Allbirds gives you the hard, easy-to-digest data point right there on the product. Patagonia, on the other hand, invites you into the entire journey with a deep, detailed story. One's a number, the other's a narrative, but both are incredibly powerful ways to build trust. All right, let's zoom out for a second and think about the big picture here. This isn't just some clever marketing fad. It really represents a fundamental shift in the relationship between companies and all of us, the consumers, and it matters. So if you only take away a few things from this, let it be these. First, radical transparency is about showing, not just telling. It's about giving proof, not just making promises. It uses real data to tell an honest story. And kind of weirdly, it's the willingness to show the flaws that actually builds the strongest trust. It just makes a brand feel less like a faceless corporation and more like something human, something we can actually connect with. And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. In this world we live in, where information is literally everywhere and secrets are almost impossible to keep, the question isn't what do you risk by being transparent anymore. The real question we should be asking is, what does a brand truly stand to gain by hiding?